The story of the atom is a tale of human curiosity, stretching back over 2 millennia. Let's dive deep into how our understanding of this tiny, fundamental building block of the universe evolved. Our journey begins in ancient Greece, around 400 BC, with a philosopher named Democritus. Imagine this. While others pondered the nature of reality, Democritus proposed a radical idea. He believed that if you kept cutting something into smaller and smaller pieces, eventually, you'd reach a point where you could cut no more. He called these tiny, indivisible particles atomos, meaning uncuttable. Although Democritus didn't have the tools to prove his theory, his idea sparked a concept that would linger in the shadows for centuries. For nearly 2,000 years, the idea of atoms remained just that, a philosophical musing. But in the early 1800s, the scientific world was ripe for change. Enter John Dalton, a British schoolteacher and chemist. Dalton was fascinated by the weather and gases, and his experiments led him to a revolutionary conclusion. All matter is composed of atoms, and these atoms combine in simple, whole number ratios to form compounds. He introduced the concept of atomic weights and proposed that each element is made up of its own unique type of atom. Dalton's atomic theory laid the groundwork for modern chemistry, transforming Democritus's ancient philosophy into a scientific reality. Dalton's theory was groundbreaking, but the atom remained an enigma, a small, solid sphere in most scientists' minds. That is, until Ernest Rutherford came along in the early 20th century. Rutherford, a physicist from New Zealand, devised an experiment that would forever change our understanding of the atom. In 1909, he directed a beam of alpha particles at a thin sheet of gold foil, expecting them to pass through with little deviation. But to his amazement, some particles bounced back. This surprising result led Rutherford to a profound discovery. Atoms are mostly empty space, with a tiny, dense nucleus at the center. This nucleus, he found, contained positively charged particles he called protons. Rutherford's work revealed the atom's true structure and ushered in a new era of atomic physics. But the mystery wasn't fully solved. Enter Niels Bohr, a Danish physicist with a passion for understanding how atoms behave. Building on Rutherford's model, Bohr introduced the idea that electrons don't just randomly orbit the nucleus. They travel in specific energy levels, or shells. This explained why atoms emit or absorb light at particular wavelengths, a phenomenon known as the atomic spectrum. Bohr's model was like the key that unlocked the door to quantum mechanics, providing a deeper understanding of the atom's inner workings. His work showed that the atom is not just a static structure but a dynamic one, with electrons moving in quantized orbits, a concept that was both revolutionary and difficult to grasp at the time. But let's not forget the challenges these pioneers faced. Each of these scientists was met with skepticism and resistance. Democritus's ideas were overshadowed by Aristotle's, who believed in the four elements: earth, water, air, and fire. Dalton worked in a time when chemistry was just beginning to take shape as a formal science. Rutherford's discovery was so unexpected that even he didn't fully believe it at first. And Bohr? His ideas were so new that they challenged the very foundations of classical physics. Despite these challenges, their relentless pursuit of knowledge laid the foundation for everything we know about matter today. From the simplest atom, hydrogen, to the complex molecules that make up life itself, our understanding of the universe is built on the shoulders of these giants. So, the next time you marvel at the stars or hold a piece of matter in your hand, remember that it's all made up of atoms, tiny, yet incredibly powerful. The journey to understand them has been long and filled with twists and turns, but it's a journey that has shaped the very fabric of modern science. From the uncuttable atomos of Democritus to the quantum leaps of Bohr, the story of the atom is a story of human curiosity, creativity, and the unyielding quest to understand the universe.